Let's try this again. Welcome to episode 55 of the Beer and Bullshit Show. I am the host, Chris Bennett. I'm still trying to get Jim Babylon, but he's not responding to text or whatnot, so let's just resume with the show. Buddy right now, he's cooking up some burgers or whatnot. So, Nick, what are you sipping on tonight?
I've got last. Can you hear me?
And it's
all right. Well, I'm sipping on the Stone Enjoy by 7 more. My buddy here loves it, so he's been cooking on a little bit too, but I've been drinking the most of it.
anything else with you still? Uh-oh. What happened?
I'm on air, but they got booted out or something. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
But anyway, I've got my buddy Nick. I got my buddy Nathan Gorbett. Nate, what are you sipping on, bro?
I actually just cracked open one of my home brews here. I got a cocoa brown ale, real lightly hopped. It's dark, it's roasty, it's chocolatey, it's delicious. I've been brewing it for a year or so now, and I love it. So all my friends.
Also, what did your boy get you today?
I got some Three Floyds, I got some Gumball Head, and I got some Alpha King. And I'm gonna be sipping on those all night, along with some of these house brewed beers.
And so, what did you think of the Enjoy by 7415?
Oh, super hoppy, super fresh, citrusy, just a delicious beer. Get one and get it while it's fresh.
Do you know that every time they do an Enjoy by, they kind of tweak the ingredients a little bit, so it's a different kind of beer every time you get it?
Absolutely. I say, change it up. That way you're getting something different every single time. It'll be delicious. It'll keep your taste buds brewing and feeling good, and let's get it hoppy and let's get it fresh.
What other Stone beers have you had? You've had the regular IPA, right?
Yeah, I've had their session. I've had their regular IPA. I've had the
Have you had the Delicious yet?
I've had the Delicious, absolutely.
Okay. Have you had the Go-To?
I've had the Go-To.
Okay.
I actually just stood in front of one of their little stands at a tasting and tried like 8 of their beers. I mean, I had already had a few of them beforehand, but I tried like 8 of them again, and I pretty much just took the whole spectrum of Stone beers out.
Now, you know that Stone has had to get rid of a few of their beers, to create a new batch of beers. I wasn't able to get the ones that they had to get rid of. I think they got rid of them by like May or June or something like that. That's what breweries do. I mean, you work at a restaurant, microbrewery, whatever, at Obed's and Isaac's here in Springfield, Illinois. Tell them a little bit about Obed's and what is your favorite beer there?
We're a microbrewery and an eatery. I'm the head chef, so I do a lot of the cooking end of it. But I definitely hang tight with the brewmaster over there, and we drink a lot of different beers, try a lot of beers from other places, and then obviously taste a lot of beers that we're cooking up for the future over at Obed and Isaac's. So my favorite beer from there is the Mother Road American Pale Ale. It's a delicious citrusy, got a grapefruit kind of flavor to it. It's kind of my go-to. I also really like their Upside Brown Ale. I drink a lot of brown beers. I mean, I like Newcastle is one of my faves. If I'm out at the bar and they don't have anything real good, I'll grab me a Newcastle because usually they'll have that. But Upside Brown's great from there, and then every now and then they'll do like a double IPA or something like that. That definitely I'm gonna rock that shit out because that's good stuff.
Let's see. What is your all-time favorite beer?
Oh man, I'll tell you what. I am a big fan of Delirium Tremens. It is my favorite beer. I have drank it since I was legal age and maybe even a little bit before that, but we're not going to talk about that. It's just a phenomenal beer, man. I love it. It's my go-to. On my birthday, I want to have a bottle of it sitting in front of me. And on my anniversary, this is my go-to. Like when I'm celebrating, I'm going to have me a Delirium. Let me go flip these burgers. I'll be right back.
All right. Let's see if I can try to get some of these, some other people on here. I don't know where they went. We are live, and I did, in fact, get the Alpha King, and I wound up getting Alpha King, and I wound up getting some Gumball Head. I had to, you know. I love Three Floyd stuff, and they are just incredible beers.
That are like on the slow side.
So, so what'd you think of since you've had both the Alpha King and the Gumball Head, what'd you think of the Three Floyds beer that I brought you?
The Three Floyds beer, man, I'm telling you, that pale ale, the Alpha King, is phenomenal. Very, 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 very extremely citrusy, but also very, very refreshing. So, I mean, for a pale ale, it does a great job for me as far as I'm concerned. And then the Gumball Head for a wheat beer is just, it's exceptional. I mean, it takes time and it takes work to make a beer like that. Obviously, they're adding yeast to it when they do the bottle fermentation and all that. So they're doing their thing over there at Three Floyds, making a phenomenal beer. I'm ready to take them down to Florida with me and drink them on the beach. And it's gonna be great. I'm gonna enjoy all 24 of them. I can guarantee you that.
Well, actually, all 24 of the beers. I got you 2 6-pack Gumball Head and 2 6-pack of the.
Absolutely.
I have a beer traders group, and those Gumball Head one of the most sought out beers on the beer traders group, along with Pliny the Elder and both have had the head topper. Phenomenal. I love that beer.
Delicious.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
Come in here.
We, I think we had like a brownout and we lost some internet.
Okay, it might have been on my part too. I mean, but we've been just talking about the adventures of Chris Bennett went up to Three Floyds and got some Gumball Head Alpha King. All right, and I brought some back with my buddy for my buddy Nate Corbett. Oh, this is Nick and his wife Ruby.
Nice to meet you guys.
Hi.
So they're beer enthusiasts themselves too. But if you didn't hear, Nate works at Obed's and Isaac's. We took you there in January to eat.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And he's responsible for the food. If you like the food, he's the man. If you didn't like the food, he's still the man.
I'm the man. Sorry about that.
But
he's made a lot of.
I was hoping to see some different beers. I think I ended up with Martzen or Roush. I can't remember what it was. It was good, but it was like the only one that caught my eye. Had a milk stout or something. I'm not really into that, but I want to go back for sure.
And that's what Nick Nate likes to hear is that people want to come back to Obed's and Isaac's. He's made a lot of choices. He's made a lot of changes to the menu. Not to say that the menu previously was good, but he's made it better. All right. I suggest everybody who comes into Springfield to at least go to Obed's and Isaac's at least once. At least once.
Come try us out. I swear to God, we will try our best not to disappoint.
And to tell you the truth, a lot of people who've gone to Obed's and Isaac's come out happy campers, satisfied customers. So I'm finishing off the Enjoy By.
I thought this one was really good.
You need another beer.
So I'm going to go fetch us some brews, and I'll be right back.
I'm finishing off my Forehand Super Flare IPA.
Okay.
It's American IPA with Brettanomycin, guava, mango, and tangerine zest, and it's really good.
I was gonna say for an IPA, that's pretty light.
It is
for an IPA. Light
That's
color.
why I was wanting to show you. It's like basically it looks like a hef or something,
or even so, a Radler almost.
It definitely tastes like an IPA. I wish the fruit notes were more prevalent. You can smell the mango. You can kind of taste the guava. I think maybe the tangerine is a bitterness part, and I can't even tell that it has Brett in it, but it's still really good.
Awesome. I brought back some stuff from Indiana, along with the Alpha King and the Gumball Head. I brought back some. One of them is this from Evil Chet Brewery down in Evansville, Indiana, and he said that he suggested that I get this. It's a vanilla rye porter.
That's weird.
That is weird. And he said that he needed he needed for me to buy it. And he said if I didn't like it, if I did not like if I did not like the beer, then I could come back to the Triangle Liquors in Valparaiso, Indiana. Yeah, I'm giving a shout out to those guys there. They do it right there. That I could go kick his ass, but I'm a libertarian. I'm not gonna go just kick somebody's ass, because he suggested a bad beer. All right. Now, if he would have suggested like a Budweiser or a Miller Lite, then I'd have to kick his ass on the spot. Okay, but I haven't had it yet. I did bring it with me to Nate's little shindig here, but
Like the
I
head.
think it's broken. Scott,
What's
What's up, Scott?
What's going on, my friend?
what's up? Hey, long time no see, buddy. Hey, before you, well, actually tell us what you're sipping on. You're probably another Sam Adams or whatever. Okay.
Zombie dust.
Oh, zombie dust.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was freaking good.
Even I like zombie dust.
We wanted
Delicious.
some zombie dust, but they were out at 3 Floyd. So I got to go back in a couple of months and get some zombie dust.
Definitely. We were only allowed one per customer at the store that I went to this evening.
Well, if you haven't heard or you haven't seen on my Facebook, I went and got Alpha King and Gumball Head 2 days ago, actually. So
Nice.
I'm a happy camper. And meet my one of my best friends, Nate Corbett. That's Scott White. He's a Sam Adams aficionado. Okay, he could tell you just about anything about anything about Sam Adams.
Especially since I was up in Boston and I picked up I had to pick
wow.
up yeah. I picked up a Utopia's 2013.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Awesome. I don't know what happened to Jim Babbles. This is supposed to be a PorcFest show, but he's calling
here.
right now. What's up?
He is calling.
Now, I seen you got the heady chopper there.
What's going on, man?
Yes, I do.
And I also have another one from up north this evening.
Okay.
What's he saying?
We're live, so.
I found one from Maine Beer Company as well when I was up there.
Okay. All right. Text me if you have any further problems. All right. Okay. Thanks, Jim. Bye.
What do you say?
He's saying having some problems.
Yeah,
Logging
no
in,
shit. The internet's
so.
broke.
Well, what do you expect from freaking Rogers Campground in beautiful Lancaster, New Hampshire? So.
Well, I helped like Drew and Ernie. They brought in microwave internet. So they got a big antenna, and it was supposed to be 7 meg down, 3 meg up. And I set up a router for them, and we did wireless access points. And I don't know why that isn't being used, but that could totally be used.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
Hey, Scott.
What's up?
Tell us about your little journey to Boston.
wait, I have to open a beer.
Go ahead, open it up.
I'm trying to decide if I should. I got my PorcFest koozie with a heady topper in it. If I should,
I nullify the koozies, dude.
if I should,
I'll send you another invite to the new room.
or this
Okay.
Victory
Okay.
Wild Devil.
All right.
The devil's pretty damn good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was trying to wait to drink the heady if Jim came on, because I know he's gonna have one.
Oh, more than likely.
Fuck it, I'm gonna drink the heady topper.
Nice.
Eddie.
And you know what's really funny is that I was kind of disappointed in the heady.
Also with all the beers that I've been getting in from like Jim Bab, this is a guy I share my treasures with. So
Nice.
you know he's like, I might as well say he's like my best friend. Okay, I mean
Your
he's
beer
taught me
drinking
so
buddy.
much. He's taught me so much about like food and beer. I mean how to brew beer and stuff like that. How
that
can
the
you
beer
go
stand
wrong
thing?
with a best friend like that, man?
Oh yeah, beer bros for sure. Teaching him how to brew some beer, drinking beer together, learning things about beer together. I mean, shit, you can't go wrong.
Chris, is that
And I throw in a little bit of food on the side too.
No better friends than that, man.
This guy's incredible. I mean, I could never come up with half the stuff that he comes up with. I mean, food wise. I mean, he's just great. I mean, you know, if he ever left Obed, he could succeed running his own restaurant one day. So, and if I ever had a microbrewery or whatever, and I needed
Then there's your chef.
a chef or whatever, this guy would be number one. Okay, that's how good he is. So, I mean, I love this guy a lot. Okay, he's just one of my best buds,
You
and
make me blush.
so, but Scott, what all did you do in Boston, did you have anything non-Sammy Adams there?
Well, that's a tricky one to say, but yes, I did have a few non-Sam Adams beers while I was there. Not only did we go to Boston, but we actually got a chance to go down to Plymouth, and we went down to Plymouth Rock. We seen Plymouth Rock and the Mayflower, well, the Mayflower 2, and we got to hear the whole story on the Mayflower, et cetera, et cetera. We got to see the Pilgrims' burial ground. We also, like I said, you know darn well, Boston, where am I going to go? Okay, so I went to Sam's like 3 days out of 5, and it was just phenomenal, just the tour that they give. I got to have a few beers that are non-available. There was a wit beer that was on nitro, and they had a white IPA / winter beer that was a nitro version. And then, of course, they always give out their summer ale, their Boston lager, et cetera, et cetera. I did pick up, I posted up on a group that I am part of, Honest Craft Beers Reviews. I picked up their, I still have the empty right here because it's going to go on my shelf. I picked up their Cherry Lambic, which is a Cherry Creek beer. It is full of Balaton cherries, and it's it's kind of like a cherry sour beer. It's only available in Boston.
Cheddar.
I also got to go and taste some of Mayflower Beer Company's beers. I wanted to get to a couple other ones, but we didn't get a chance to. I was supposed to actually go down to. If you guys ever watched the documentary, there's a documentary on. I want to say it's still on Netflix, but it was with a woman named Rhonda. She was Boston Beer Company's second employee, and she co-founded Boston Beer Company with Jim Cook. But now she actually owns a distillery, which is called Boston Harbor Distillery. I was supposed to go there, and I didn't get a chance to. But they do some pretty good. What did I see? I seen a whiskey, I seen a bourbon, I seen a coffee liqueur. They actually do some barrel aging of Boston Beer Company's beers. They have barrel aged already the New World Triple, which is already a barrel aged beer from Boston Beer Company, and they have plans. My favorite beer from Boston Beer Company, which is the gingerbread stout. They have plans to bourbon barrel age that beer later on this year. So I'm going to contact them and see if I can't get some kind of sample from that beer. But where else did I also go? I also went down to Gillette Stadium because I stayed in Foxborough. That was a nice time to go through there.
Jim Bab.
There's Jim.
Hey, we got Jim.
Sorry I'm so late.
Okay, we'll
Okay.
give you this time.
The internets are rare.
Oh.
It's freaking harsh up here.
Jim,
Man.
I'm looking at Hetty for you.
Oh, good man. I've been drinking all day long, and I'm a bit like barely able to maintain myself right now. So all of you guys should be here.
I actually have a Maine Brewing Company beer for you.
Ooh, what do you got?
I have their pepper ale.
Peeper?
Yeah.
Peeper.
That it is.
Where'd you get a peeper this time of year? That's a little weird, isn't it?
I actually got it when I was on my vacation up in Boston.
And how is it?
I haven't had it yet, so I will let you know very soon.
Nice. Nice.
Where did you steal some internet from?
I didn't steal it, but I purchased it from the official vendor here. Spot, whatever the hell it is.
How's the? Oh, you haven't drank a drink of the rubber.
No, not yet.
Hey, Jim, real quick, I hope Drew and Derek set up the Freedom's Phoenix wireless with their microwave. Is that not working?
They set it up, but it's overpriced and beyond my range.
Overpriced.
So they're overcharging for the internet that you set up.
I would give it a try. The range doesn't cover the back.
I need to talk to Adam, dude, and have him fucking hook us up.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you need to talk to them dudes.
So, Jim, what have you been drinking? Since you've been drinking all day.
Oh, holy shit. Oh, okay. Today was Bloody Marys, starting around 10 a.m.
Nice.
Yeah, and and then we were at a brunch competition, but we made too much Bloody Mary, so we had to have a 3 o'clock Bloody Mary help us get rid of the excess party. Right? And that wasn't bad. So,
Vodka?
I think that's all I've had. Yeah, we had at our brunch competition. We had 4 different levels. It was.
I like it. It's great.
We had Virgin Bloody Mary. We had regular strength. We had extra strength, and then we had just straight vodka. Which you preferred. Anyway.
Come on, Jim. This isn't the Bloody Mary and bullshit show.
I gotta find it out. There's a beer company down south that actually makes a Bloody Mary beer.
That sounds awful.
That's how I got somebody got stolen.
It's a red ale that has been aged on vodka, and it actually has celery spice, tomato spice, and all that stuff mixed in.
There's no reason for that to be in a beer.
Everybody said it tastes exactly like a Bloody Mary.
You could just drink a Bloody Mary.
Exactly. I don't need a beer that tastes like a Bloody Mary. That sounds like one of those weird, Budweiser tomato juice drinks. It sounds awful. No, I'm not drinking that.
That's what I think about koozies, too, but evidently we still see them.
Wait, about what?
Koozies. Beer koozies. Look at this.
I love koozies, man. I buy a koozie every time I can.
You know, I guess I like it in concept, but there's never a beer in my hand for enough minutes to actually change it dramatically.
Right.
32 ounce growler.
Another koozies.
Wow.
Fucking beast.
Well, hey Jim, this is my one of my best friends, Nate Gorbett. He's the head chef over at one of the local microbrewery slash eateries in my town right now.
How's it going, Jim?
Nice. Great. Hey, nice to meet you.
Hey, good to meet you.
Jim Babb's one of my longtime friends. I've known him probably longer than probably most people I stay in contact with. So,
Watched quite a few shows. I've seen you on quite a few of them.
Nice. I don't even have a beer with me right now. Should I get one?
Do you have any Hill Farms?
Absolutely.
Yes, we have Hill Farmstead. Well, I don't know what's left. There's at least a couple growlers left. It was a 5 growler minimum purchase, so we left with 10 growlers.
Wow.
And we probably have like 2 or 3 left. Like it's been, you know how, you know.
Yeah, you gotta
Drink your growler Wednesday.
Let me see how many I can name. Okay, Edward, Susan, Society in Solitude number 4, Society in Solitude number 5, and they had another one, and I'm drawing a blank on their name. It's an American Pale Ale. So they almost all taste exactly the same, but there's 5 different ones we had, so it wasn't bad. So, yeah, they live on the height.
Different beer.
Repeat, you're breaking up. Repeat, breaking up.
Just a minor tweak, and you can call it a different beer.
I've got Lancaster internet. I can barely understand you.
He said they just make a minor tweak and then they call it a different beer.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. But you know what? When you're at that level, that's fine. I'm totally fine with that. Like, it's like they're perfecting, not just a beer, but they're perfecting a genre of beer by experimenting with 4 or 5 different beers within the genre at the time. They're rocking it, totally rocking it. So I don't mind waiting an hour or 2 for beer over there. Really worth it.
Well, I just, boy, Nate just opened up the Earl the Bruce from 3 Floyds. Had to get this, and Alpha King.
We're just living up over here.
I had to get a single bottle at a liquor store in South Bend, Indiana, because they ran out of Robert the Bruce at the brewery. So,
has it lived up to your expectation?
did it live up to my expectation? The Gumball Head and Alpha King are just phenomenal beers. It definitely lived up to my expectation.
Absolutely. They're phenomenal beers. Both of them were phenomenal. Delicious.
Yeah. No, not yet. Hey, we're waiting on some libertarians to show up, and some some crazy libertarians are dropping by as we speak. So anyway.
Well, I did post the Facebook that we were having a show, and I gave them your camp.
Cool. All right. Well, if anybody stops by, our audience can range from anywhere from, up to 2. So let's see if anybody's here.
Got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I got 3 or 4 audience members right here at the campsite. So that's like a total circulation multiplier.
Jim Bab, I did want to say this Maine Brewing Company beer is excellent.
Nice. I don't remember what style the peeper was. I had the peeper before. I just don't remember which one it is.
By the bottle, it says it's an American ale, pleasantly malt body and 100% American hopped.
Whatever. The fact that it's good says a lot more than the label.
Right, right. I mean, it's very good, and it only comes in at 5.5% alcohol by volume. It's a pint, 0.9 full ounces. It fit in my 20-ounce Cheers dimple mug that I got when I was in Boston, and it's very good.
Right on. No, I'm a couple
All
more
right.
weeks, and I'm enjoying that.
So Scott, what are you sipping on, man?
I am actually sipping on the Maine Beer Company's Peeper Ale.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a very nice little ale. I'm trying to read the back of it, but it don't give like it gives a lot about the company's history and why they brew and how they started, but it doesn't give anything on the bottle about the actual beer. It just says that it's
come on, beer company. Like, stop being so pretentious. Like, we know you're cool and you recycle and blah blah blah. You love the environment.
Right.
Fuck that shit. I want to talk about the beer. Okay, it's about the beer. All right.
It's always about the beer.
Right.
And listen, we know that the CEO from Maine Beer Company is watching right now because all the high-level executives watch the Beer and Bullshit show.
Right.
And you know, and Jim, every time we feature a beer, we give them the Beer and Bullshit bump.
Oh my God, we've completely put them on the map. So when we criticize, it's not big. It's out of love. Okay, it's because we love them and we want to see them like rise to the occasion. But screw that recycling shit. Okay, I'm sorry, Maine Beer Company, but not everybody's a communist. Okay, you know you're not going to compete with Vermont, all right, and Bernie Sanders. Okay, like they've already got the Alchemist endorsement for Bernie Sanders. Okay, like what are you going to do in Maine? You know, you got nothing but douchebags there. Come out for the Vote for Nobody campaign.
You're definitely not going to be able to compete with Massachusetts, $1 billion a year. But anywho,
right.
But
Maine is surrounded by little.
But at the same time, I mean, being able to get one of Maine's beer company's beer down in Massachusetts, I was actually surprised. I went to a Trader Joe's while I was down there. That's the first time I've ever been to one, and going through their tiny little beer section in this specific Trader Joe's, I found this one beer, and I was like, well, you know, seeing Jim Bab drink Maine Beer Company's beers and say how great they are, I want to try one. And
nice.
Again, it is a very good beer. So, thank you for
solid. You know, it's very. Oh, cool. No, I can't wait to get some more of it. Sometimes it even makes it down to Philly. You know, I think they're really trying to ramp up. They're trying to expand their operation. They're a little pretentious, I have to say. You know, it's an expensive beer. It's you know, they're really full of their social agenda and like, come on, guys.
I think I got
you
this
worry about the
for
beer.
like under like $4.
You got it for under $4?
I believe so.
That's you know, maybe you can get it cheaper than you can in Maine, where they're like, well, you're here in Maine, we're gonna nail you, just like they charge more for lobsters.
Because
when you're in back home.
when I was going through, I got a lot of
home of the $15 lobster sandwich.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's good. Right. Oh God, it's good.
But when I was going through the Trader Joe selection in Massachusetts, I mean, granted, it was one aisle, and they had their 22 ounces, they had their mix of six, they had their 6-packs, and then over in their cooler, they had their regular craft beer. But at the same time, when I was going through, I was like, I'm sitting there looking at the prices for some of these, 1 pint, 9 full ounce bottles, and I'm like, holy shit, you're only going to charge me a couple bucks for this? Back home, they're going to charge me like $10 for this.
Yeah. But the problem is when next thing you know, you're drinking like 4 of them. You're sharing them with friends. Like damn, it's expensive beer.
Right. So that's why I was like, I'm only going to buy certain select beers and to review because I can't get them at home. Like the one that I was like super surprised that I could actually find was the Spencer. It's the only American-made, how do I put this, like Trappist ale.
Maybe.
And I found a one single 4-pack in like 80 miles of Massachusetts.
There's a beer. I think we've had it on the show before. Different people have mentioned it, called Larry from Massachusetts.
Yes, I was the one who suggested that.
Yeah, I think you recommended it last year. I had it. It was great. I'm looking for it again this year. So let's see if that's good.
Did you find one or?
I have yet to, but I've only been to the grocery store, and the selection was limited. So I'm still coasting on the supplies I gathered in Vermont before we came over. I did get a 12-pack of Torpedo cans for $13.
Oh, that's excellent.
I thought that was a pretty good deal for
that's a good like it's an all-day drink. I love Torpedo.
Yeah, right. It's 8%. It's an all-day kind of a session beer.
Yeah, definitely session beer.
What do you think?
Huh?
What are you guys drinking?
I was actually thinking about trying this Spencer ale.
There's my
It's a Trappist ale.
I'm still drinking this.
Hey, Ned, bring me that evil voodoo or what? That voodoo.
I have to find electricity for this laptop before it dies.
All right. So, Jim Bap.
Welcome back later.
All right. Yo.
So Jim Bap, what's things like over at PorcFest? Give me an update.
All of you guys it's a little damp at the Bab compound. We're calling it the deck because we brought out threw them all over the. We're here, but there's so many people I love to see that are here. It's outstanding. The Vermont beer that we really kicked up. Instead, it's been fantastic, and I think we got like maybe 2 growlers left after like a 10 growler excursion. Standing, stuff for lunch. Lost Nation and had lunch and got a growler of their rustic ale to go. Cracked that open today, and it was like, or it was last night early, and we're like, wow, that went down great. Like everybody loved that. People.
And these guys brew. Really strong beer. So these guys brew.
Oh, I'm the only one.
Say again.
Chris, when I get my one beer that I really want to brew,
anyway, Rock Hard Brewing, giving a little plug for them. Unlike
So, Scott,
yeah,
have you had the Great Lake Sharpshooter yet?
you got to remind me again. I've had so many Great Lakes beers. Which one is that?
I think it's like a session IPA.
I don't know if I've had that one. I've had their what was it? The American Justice. That's their new one. It's a I want to say it's an American Kolsch style beer, or it's their session IPA.
Well, I had the Sharpshooter, and I was very sorely disappointed.
There's so many beers that I have been disappointed with Great Lakes because coming out of Cleveland beer scene is just amazing. I mean, it is an insane amount of breweries that are popping up every single day, and with Great Lakes being one of the forefront runners, they are becoming, how do I want to say this? They're becoming very limited with the beers that are that good. Granted, that one of their best beers has to be the Lake Erie Monster. I love that beer. It is a very good beer and a very good price for that beer, especially here in Ohio. I will not disappoint, paying like what, $10 a 6-pack for that beer. But
I know that when Chill Wave came out,
right,
that it disappeared as soon as it
was
on the shelf here in Springfield.
Yeah, it does here too. I mean, it's
so I didn't get any this year.
It's considered to be a seasonal beer, and when it comes out, it's gone. Yeah, if you really want some, dude, I'll put that on the list, and next time it comes out, I'll definitely find it for you, and I'll send you some.
I think my boy Nate and I are gonna go up to Three Points, and we're gonna go road tripping up to 3 Points next time. And he really liked the Richard the Bruce, which is a Scottish ale.
Yep.
And I like it too.
Yeah, Robert the Bruce is an excellent version of a Scotch ale.
I mean, I snagged a bottle at a liquor store in South Bend, Indiana.
Very nice.
By the way, I got to give a shout out to my friend Andrea Holst. She's a Facebook friend of mine. I got to finally meet her.
Nice.
She works at a liquor store in South Bend. In Belmont Liquors. That's right. Thanks, wife. Belmont Liquors in South Bend, Indiana, and she hooked me up with some stuff. They had a mix of 6 and stuff like that. They had some local stuff as well. So yeah, and she kind of introduced me to that Robert the Bruce, since I could get it at 3 Points because they were out of it.
Robert the Bruce is definitely an excellent American version Scotch ale. I've had it several times, and that's one of my favorite beers from them. I don't like to say that I'm not a fan of IPAs, because I really am. I mean, IPAs in general are great, but one of the offerings that I have gotten from my wonderful trip in Boston or Massachusetts alone. It was called the King's English. I don't know if you can see this label very well, but the King's English is a English-style IPA brewed in England as the traditional way that IPAs were traditionally brewed back in the days of, I don't know what to say, it's like, I don't want to say the Mayflower, but beyond, because they sent them around to India, and it was very malt forward, it was very balanced, it was very, it wasn't very hop forward, but it was more malt forward, but it was also balanced in between, because you got a big malt and crackery and bready notes, but you also got the very noticeable English hop notes as well. But this is the more style that I would head to when it comes to IPAs. American IPAs to me are well overdone. They're over-hopped. But that's just the American style, because everybody likes to find your big hop notes, your big grapefruit, your big pininess, your big resinous. The more IBUs, the better.
Smoke blowing back here. Yeah, we got
Cool.
Sprite. This shit here.
Looks like Chris dropped off.
We all know he tends to do that.
Well, the first 45 minutes, like, you think you were late, but you made it like 2 minutes after we started.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because I kept telling him, he kept messaging me. I'm like, dude, I'm at the bar. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he called me again. I'm like, give me 20 to 30 minutes. And he messaged me again. I'm like, I'm on my way.
Maybe he's back. I don't know.
I'm like, every time I talk to him, I'm like, dude, you got to get better internet service.
I know, but he's at a friend's house, and it's the same.
Yeah, right. I'm like, oh my God, where are you guys at? Your internet sucks.
I don't know. I'm in Illinois in the middle of a friggin' soybean field, and my internet kicks ass.
I was going to say, your internet's better than anybody's that I've talked to on the internet.
I get like 80 megs down and 15 megs up.
Nice.
15. No, now it's $65 a month. But it comes with Showtime and HBO on the internet, so
Hey, that's not bad at all.
whatever. $65 is still a good deal.
That's what friends do for friends. Okay,
They're having
but
too much
I'm
fun
also
over there. That's
I'm going
the reason why we can't see it.
Hey, I'm going to open this one. It's from Evil Check Brewery, and they're from Mishawaka, Indiana.
Never heard of them.
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out. But before I open up the beer, okay, I walked into Victory Triangle.
Okay.
Yeah, evidently so is he. He went black.
Hey,
Oh, wait a minute. Is that
racist?
Is that considered racist? Oh,
Since Chris was talking about Indiana, I'm going to tell you that the best name of an Indiana town is Tippecanoe, because that's fucking awesome.
well, that and Lake Titicaca.
Yeah, that one's... Wait, that's not in Indiana.
No, but that's still an awesome name. I mean,
She's doing good.
Back to work yet?
No, she's not going back to work till we get back, and then maybe even like a few weeks after we get back from vacation.
All right. As I was saying before, I got really kicked off by the government fucking agents at Google. All right. The Evil Czech Brewery. I walked in Triangle Liquors in Valparaiso, Indiana, and the guy said you need to try this. It's a vanilla rye porter, and he said you need to try it. And if you don't like it, well, you can come back and kick my ass. So, well, obviously I'm not going to go back and kick his ass, but I'm going to tell him that was a rotten beer that he suggested. So,
right. But I want to.
I don't do that. So
I do want to input. This is something similar to my same example of the Rogues maple bacon donut ale.
Oh, boy. All their food donut shit is gross.
It was horrible, but it did exactly what it was said it was supposed to do. It gave me that bready note, it gave me the bacon, and it definitely gave me the maple. So, in other words, it did exactly what it said it was supposed to do, but it was not for me. So even if this beer does exactly what it says it's supposed to do, whether you like it or not, it is exactly what it is.
Yeah, but the dude said that Chris would like it.
Which I assume that he may or may not.
Those are the options.
Right.
that is not a bad vanilla rye porter.
There it is.
And that's probably the first vanilla rye porter I ever had.
But
So
that's the only
obviously
vanilla
these
rye
guys are
porter
doing
I've ever
something.
heard of.
So wow, that's a good beer.
Nice.
Whew. Nice.
So he does
indeed.
not have to go back and kick anybody's ass.
No, I won't have to go back and kick nobody's butt. Not like I was going to. So wow, that's pretty good.
Do you? My question as a reviewer is: do you get the vanilla note and do you get the rye note?
I did not get that at all.
Because when a beer is called a vanilla rye ale, I would assume that you would get a vanilla note, whether it is a barrel note in vanilla, or whether it is a vanilla bean, or I would assume that you would also get a rye spice note.
You can definitely get a vanilla flavoring with it, but you can taste the ryeness too.
Well,
So, it's actually the vanilla really complements the rye in that
Nice.
beer.
very nice.
So, I mean, Lord knows what is out there that we have not even tried yet
Oh yeah.
for combinations. So,
Guys, I'm gonna have to go.
All right, man. You have a good night.
All right.
It's been a
right, Nick.
long day.
Hey, have a good holiday, and we'll see you after the holidays.
All right, take it easy, guys.
All right, man.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Chris, you definitely know of the Blueberry Hill Lager
Of which one?
from Sam Adams, the Blueberry Hill Lager.
Right.
This year was absolutely phenomenal. Granted, you can only find this year's in the New England states. But it was so phenomenal. I've only got 2 left out of a 6-pack. And it had so much blueberry in it. It was in the aroma. It was in the flavor. It was just all over the place. But yet it was nice and smooth like a lager.
Cool.
That was one of the very first beers that I picked up in the New England states. It was that, and it was the Homebrewers Contest winners from this year.
Sweet.
So I was very happy to find that. And the Utopias I actually found on one of my very last days in Massachusetts on my way out. My wife was like, you know, go in there, you know, you can look around and you can pick up pick up whatever beers that you haven't had. I'm like, okay, of course. And then when I got to the counter, I looked up at the liquor counter, and I was like, oh my God. So I had to text her, and I was like, call me now. And she was like, what? What's the matter? She was like, is our bank account all right? I was like, the bank account is fine. I said, but this. I said, I found the Utopias 2013. She was like, okay, well, go ahead and get it. She was like, that's one of your Christmas gifts. She was like, but you can't open it till closer to Christmas. I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
You're teasing me, woman. I said, it's sitting right here, and I can't open it. She was like, no, not till closer to Christmas. I said, well, when it's closer to Christmas, I can get the 2015 version. So that's
well, you know, like you know, it's almost like you go home and your old lady's like, man, I want to fuck you so hard, okay, but you can't touch her until she's like, well, we can't have sex until after 10 o'clock, okay, and it's like 6. It's like, damn woman, you tease,
right. It's exactly the same thing because I had the Utopias 2012, which was their 10th anniversary. I know exactly what it should taste like, and it's sitting right here, and I can't touch it. I'm like, oh my God. So every day I come over, I open the little windows to the window and see the Sam Adams character. I'm like, couple more months. So I close them. I'm like, couple more months. But I plan on picking up the 2015 or having it sent to me so I can taste them back to back.
right? So cool.
So I'm like, well, I found this one. I'll pick up that one or have it sent to me. I'll be able to taste them back to back and find out the differences between the two. This one comes in at 28% alcohol.
Ooh,
Wow.
Wait.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh-wee. Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
My distribution made a major faux pas.
Oh, really?
They did not order any of the new Lips of Faith by New Belgium.
Really?
The ones with the collaboration with Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Right.
Not one is coming into our market.
Oh, damn.
So do me a favor.
We're gonna need
If I can find it, if I can find it, I will send. I will keep it
If
back
you
and I will send
find it, if you can find it, okay, I will trade you for some of the stuff that I can get. I'll make an extra free run to 3 Floyds. All right?
Well,
Or whatever.
dude,
Okay?
it's no problem. If I can find it alone, which I assume that I should be able to find it because any one of the Lips of Faith series, it usually passes through this area unless it's over
Right.
12%. But naturally, the Lips of Faith series passes through this area, and if I can find it, I will pick you up some.
Okay. That would be excellent because I want to try at least. I know they come in 22-ounce bombers,
Right.
and I would like to try at least one.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. Not just me. Okay. My boy. Okay.
I know.
Oh yeah, I'll have some of that. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So if you can find it, please, send it.
All right. Yeah, because I heard they were doing something with Ben and Jerry's.
We made a major. We made a major faux pas, and I asked the warehouse guys, like, are you gonna send any of the? Are you gonna get any of that Lips of Faith in our market? And he's like, we didn't order any. I was like, what?
Why wouldn't you?
Huge mistake.
Huge mistake. I mean, I was like, you mean I got to go to St. Louis, or I got to go over to Chicago, or I got to go to Indiana? They get the
more or less, my personal question is, why would they not order anything that has the Ben and Jerry's name on it, especially if the store sells anything with the Ben and Jerry's name on it?
That's what I said. That's what I said, and they're just like, "Oh, well, we just declined on it." I was just like, "Did you consult me first?"
Ridiculous.
And they looked at me, and they're like, they had nothing to say. They had nothing to say. They're just like, "Well, we can't necessarily tell Chris no, but we can't necessarily tell Chris yes either."
That's one of those dumbfounded looks like,
they're just like, okay.
You got the dumb part right.
Yeah. So
I know specifically the next beer that I will be drinking is not in the right style of glass, but this is no. I'm going to be trying the Spencer. This is the American-made Trappist Ale.
Okay, is that the one from those guys from like Massachusetts?
Yes.
Okay.
And if it's that good, I will be saving you a bottle. Woo! Woo!
Eddie.
Hence the reason why I keep a rag around. It is definitely it's
these days.
Trappist Ale.
Right.
Because Trappist ales have a tendency to blow up on you.
And Scott, how much did that run you?
I think it was like $13 or $14 a 4-pack.
That's not bad.
No, not at all.
For a Trappist ale?
What's the
Right.
ABV, Scott?
It is
Scott, my boy wants to know what the ABV is.
6.5.
6.5.
Very good.
For a Trappist ale, I especially made here in America, because this is the very first Trappist ale ever released in America. I don't feel that it was a bad price.
You know what? You know what, Scott? I've spent more on a 4-pack.
Let's base that on a taste, Scott.
Tell me about it.
So, take you a sip and let us know.
Oh, it's got a big, huge banana and clove aroma.
Oh yeah, it sounds like Hefeweizen.
Wow.
They probably use the liquid yeast
I
for
would assume so.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Why not? Exactly. That's probably one of the best yeasts around.
Oh, it's fucking delicious.
It is.
It adds character to every beer.
They definitely got a yeast cake at the bottom of the bottle. So I would assume that they are definitely using a Belgian style yeast. Big, huge clove notes.
That's more the
Big banana.
Instead of Hefeweizen yeast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Princess.
Big clove, big banana in the drink. Also a little yeasty, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know if you can see this, but you definitely have little chunks down here at the bottom. But at the same time, it is definitely a very, very accurate Trappist ale. But at the same time, I want to say that it is a blonde Trappist ale. So it is the first Trappist ale. So if you were going in line, especially with like Rochefort, or if you were going in line with the West Valletta Brewery, or I will even push it and say the St. Bernardus Brewery. This would be the very first. This would be their blonde Trappist ale. So if this company continues on the line that they're going on, I would assume they would be one of contenders for the world's best Trappist ales.
Sweet.
Because if they make
and at $4,
I just want to go on the line and say if they make a double or if they make a triple, or even if they make a quadruple, they would be blown out the water on Trappist sales.
Sorry.
Cool. And it seems to get a good, really deal for 4-pack for $14.
Oh God, yes.
Sweet.
Because I will definitely be doing a review of this beer later on.
Cool, and I'll be looking forward to seeing it.
I have one in the refrigerator, and I'm going to pull it out probably tomorrow or the day after, and I'll let it sit off, and I'll chill it for about a half hour, 20 minutes or whatever, and then I'll do a review of it. But to be honest with you, especially being a official Trappist ale, because that's what they put on their label, is that this is an authentic Trappist ale. They do that right here on the top of their label, that it is authentic American Trappist. And that's what amazed me, is that it says pair with family and friends. So they would like you to share your beer, which I have no problem with that, man. The more the merrier. But
Heck yeah.
This beer alone, it's just amazing.
That's what we do here, man. Whenever we have, sometimes we have beer tastings here, and we, pitch a couple bucks in, and we start sharing beers, and
Right.
even if I come back from a trip like I did, and I share my beers with other people, and they're like, hey, you need to go back and get us some, So, I went to a couple of my beer enthusiast friends, and I was like, hey, I'm making a run to Three Floyds, and just after I said Three Floyds, they're opening up their wallets. They're like, Three Floyds? Oh, okay. How much is a case?
Right. Yeah, I seen your post when I was going to when I was on my way to Mass, and you said you were going your beer trip or your beer vacation was in Monday on Three Floyds. I was like, oh well, he's going to be going when I go back to work. I was very thrilled for you.
I took 4 days off. I needed it.
Right.
Our busiest season is right now. In the beer business, and I was just like, man, I need to have a break before, the shit goes down. So
I think I truly believe that one of your busiest beer weeks would actually be towards the middle of September to the beginning of October.
No, our busiest week is next week. Actually, the week of 4th of July.
Really?
That's our busiest. Yes, we pump out more beer that week than any other week out of the whole year.
Wow. Well, there must not be a bunch of people that have caught on to Oktoberfest yet.
Well, we don't really have a lot of Oktoberfest festivals, here in Springfield.
I'll tell you this much. There are more beer companies actually catching on to the Oktoberfest style.
I'm sure. And, we carry probably about half of them right now.
Nice.
But nope. 4th of July is our busiest week.
You gotta tell me exactly the day that you guys get in Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
Oh, I definitely will. I did last year, and I will this year.
That's why I said it.
So as soon as I see that Sam Adams in the warehouse, I'll be like, Scott, we got the Sam Adams.
It was almost 2 weeks from the time that you got it in that we got it in.
And I think my buddy a couple years ago said that he got it in, they got it in, and it sold out like that.
Right. I usually buy up a case or a case and a half.
I usually go in the Sam's Club and I'll buy like 2 24-packs of the Oktoberfest.
If I can find a 24-pack of Oktoberfest, you will see me on Facebook, YouTube, etc. I will fill my stein up with Oktoberfest, and I will do a review.
Right.
Because every time that I go down to Oktoberfest, I get another stein, and I fill it up with Oktoberfest.
Cool.
And we're going down again this year.
I think my boss, he's is in a local JC's here in town, outside of town or whatever,
Right.
And he said that they're having an Oktoberfest in early September, I think. So
we have ours September. I want to say it's around the 19th.
okay, yeah, he said he's having theirs the weekend after Labor Day.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not big, but you know, my company sponsors the event, so
Right.
because we carry the majority of the Oktoberfest beers that come in, like a lot of the German Oktoberfest beers that come in, we handle a lot of those.
Like Spreckers.
Right. Paulaner, Hofbrau,
yeah, right. Hopper House
So-
is big up here, especially they just built a I want to say it's like a 20 or 30,000 square foot like a beer tasting place up in Cleveland. Every Oktoberfest they give out full mugs of Oktoberfest, and they also give you a big pretzel. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna give out a big pretzel that's like this big, of course I'm gonna come. You're gonna give out a pretzel and you're gonna give out, you pay for your beer? Sure, why not?
All right, well, we need to end this. Unfortunately,
Not a
I've
problem.
been at this since about 7:30. So, all right. Hey, Scott, thanks for joining us.
Not a
And
problem.
we will hopefully see you in a couple weeks.
We will.
All right. You take care.
All right, you as well.
All right.
Later, man.